one needs to recognize that that is a comrade. Comrade is a brotherhood. And the United Kingdom government has been more than a brother, a mother, a father to the people of Montserrat. In the last 20 years, we have seen 300 years of our history erupted into the sea. You can see ghastly pictures of that on the wall. But in the last 20 years, we have also seen a people continuing to rise, and we have ships like a phoenix. In the last 20 years, with the help of the British government, we have not only been able to survive, but I believe we have set the platform now, going forward, to succeed. The British have asked us for good governance. We are giving them good governance. They've asked us for better clarity in legislation. We have given them that, and we are continuing to do that. They've asked us for policy, and we're ever producing policy documents. Do not fear, don't despair, if it always has a good destination in mind. Yeah. Tonight I plan to talk to you for about, in cash your time, 1 hour. But I'll speak and talk to you about journey, destination, and direction. Montserratians are British, they can't be any more British than anybody else. And they have been on a journey. That journey started a long time ago. Now we are at a part of the journey where we have to think about, after the volcano and 20 years of surviving, what is the destination? I could stay here and mourn about how we have not had any housing from DFID in the last 10 years. I'm not mourning, I'm just saying. I could stay here and mourn that we have lots of yachts and cruise ships passing along the northwest coast of Montserrat. And they have no place to shelter in Montserrat. I could say that sometimes our ferry comes to Montserrat, thanks to DFID, we have a ferry again. And it cannot dock, and 300 people have to hazard it back to 27 miles from Antigua.
They swim.
You know, I can say many of those things, but what I should say is that there is always the potential to view Montserrat not just as the remnants of a volcano or the aftermath of disasters ever spiraling forth from Hubert to Louis to volcano and continuing. I don't want to dwell on that. What I want to tell you is that since the British government funded and financed the Montserrat Volcano Observatory in Montserrat, it's been 20 years of data gathering. And that has strengthened the previous 40 years of seismic research financed by the British in the Caribbean at the University of West Indies. I think that's the video afternoon here. You can testify to that here. And on top of that, now we know for sure how volcanoes work, how earthquakes happen. We have also benefited from a world-class model in assessing volcanic activity. And also we have had a model where they have in fact taken Montserratian students, educated them as scientists and doctors in volcanology and seismology, and have created careers for them in that area. And now we know exactly the very heartbeat of our volcano. You know the smell and the tonnage of every sulfur dioxide. We don't need any translators, we have our own people working along with our own world-class scientists. They meet every year and they give us finance by different world-class view on our volcano. So we don't have a problem knowing what's going on. Now we have that under our wraps. And you look back at what we have done. We have created Lookout Village, thanks to DFID again. They started off bad, but we corrected it. They have 150 prefabricated units that were placed in a bit of a rush in the early part of the volcano. and we are working with them to replace those because we don't want to go back to a situation of mobilizing our whole villages into shelters, and then it will take us another 5 years to get them back into permanent housing. So we have applied and they have responded to an emergency housing and shelter solution that we have presented. Minister would know that has been approved just 2 weeks ago. Thank you. Yeah, give a round of applause for this. And now moving forward, I want to exhort DFID to let us do more models of the MBA. One, they have started to invest in, on top of the promise of the housing solution, they have started to invest in geothermal. They have dug 2 wells in Montserrat, and they have now commenced a 3rd one, which is to make sure that we have fallback position, because one is an injection and one is a more scientific name. We might be able to have recovery well. Right? So you'll have 2 recoveries and you'll have a main well. And this 3rd well is closer to the heart of the action of the geothermal, so it could be an everlasting well. Because we have volcano can't finish. This volcano is going to be there for the next 300-400 years, so let's get used to it. That's the plan. What I want them to do with us is to also invest in the children, our children, to be the geothermal engineers, to be the technicians, to be the monitors. These are careers. They have also decided to invest with us in a ferry. But Mark, before we get to the ferry, there's a big question where to park the ferry. I'm watching the minister yet. I understand the figure is something like $100 million US for this port. But that's small money for the British, don't worry. But listen, we're not asking for a total gift. What we're saying is that there are people, investors in the world, who want to get to the northwest tip of the Caribbean, who want to take advantage of all those ships flying on waters, to be a transshipment point, to provide water. We have water can't finish. Guess what? While all of the Caribbean is having problems with water, we have water running into the sea. But we don't have tanks. We don't have tanks to store water. We don't have treatment areas to treat water. We can't come up to the Caribbean standards, much less European standards for exporting water. We don't have a bottle protruding plant. So, we have the case there for viable industry. We have, and we are, in a country which is predominantly grown out of farms. My grandmother was a farmer. My grandfather was a farmer. I can't say no farmer. I try to think. And what has happened is that we have transformed the north of Montserrat to produce hydroponic farms, net farming. So we are now doing our own input substitution, which means we are actually giving license on eggs, lettuce, tomatoes, a whole lot of stuff that our people are producing in Montserrat. And we are allowing that to happen so that they can have a livelihood. We want DFID to also go down that road with us to give us more fiscal space on the customs side and not just be stuck on, oh, your revenue at port is that much, and you have to make sure you have your 40% contribution to the aid package, or you're not getting the other 60. So we are stuck with not being even able to export any of our agro-process. We have mangoes. Everybody wants some in England, but the diaspora, they bring mangoes for them, because I can't package it. We have water, as I said. We also have one of the greatest hot peppers in the Caribbean, which is now, we can't produce enough. I've actually come up with a fancy way of giving the guy extra production area by actually converting 2 we call 40-foot containers that we brought in for a slaughterhouse with equipment. I was able to negotiate a deal where they said, okay, we'll abandon the factory shells to you, the containers to you, and then we're going to kind of retrofit them to see if you can get this guy to expand his hospital. So if you see any of them on Ridley Market Road, they'll be coming out of containers. But we have to create a lot of ways to make things happen for people. We believe that we can attract financing in housing. We think that, of course, there's a British responsibility for example, social housing, where they have remaining behind those people who could have run from the volcano and become in 20 years in their years of solitude. We have to take care of that. We need British help for social housing where we can keep rotating. We have 500 of these people. I know the diaspora is sending home monies and so on. We also need to do home visits. I know Joe is passionate about demonstrations here in hostels, but we do have that similar issue at home where people are in need of shelter, and I think that we can do that with you. But I think we want to make our own investment. I don't think we want to be like birds in a nest, just waiting for Mommy Bird to bring some corn. I think we see the potential for investment in these areas which have opened up. There's a third area of relinking Montserrat to the information superhighway by dropping in a fiber optic cable. That is going to be a boom if we can start to work from home. But still in the kingdom, just home in Montserrat. And still do work here for our diaspora and people in Scotland, Wales, because we consider ourselves as another part of the kingdom. I mean, you could do the referendum in Montserrat. We'll vote with you. So, all of the ingredients are there to link us into the economy. And all I'm saying is that now that we have rescued Montserrat, let us now try to put some of the investments in long-term opportunities for the people to have not just a journey in life. You could end up in a wilderness for 40 years, like the people of Israel coming out of Egypt. But let's set for ourselves some targets, with destination for sustainability of Montserrat. And those clusters I spoke about, we call them clusters in Montserrat. We can train people to work around those. Plus, of course, I keep giving you credit for more and more things. But it's true. They have now decided that we're going to have a hospital. So who can live in an island without proper health care? So it's going to be a world-class hospital because it's 21st century. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the underpinning of Montserrat, which we had before, of attracting the level and types of tourists that we always had. Sir George Martin, that's the lady Martin here. I mean, the best thing since sliced bread in Montserrat is the Montserrat Cultural Center. That has created a whole set of business around it and has been the center of activity. Parliament is held there, all the shows are there. Nothing major like that, apart from the MVO, has happened in Montserrat. Thank you, Lady Martin. And to punctuate the whole thing, yes, once we have those clusters developing and people come back on hospital, geothermal, ferry, fiber optic, you see my ambassadors behind me. We can have a growing community that is sustainable. And we're in the Caribbean community where we're not even asking for European standards of roads and water and health. We're actually dealing with best practices, right? What can work. So, Minister, thank you for coming.